Mac and Perry in the place. Da-na-na-na. Mac and Perry
go live to create.
Da-na-na-na. Mac and Perry invite you to stay.
Hello and welcome back to Tell Us Story Hives on location in Lethbridge. We're on Treaty 7 territory, Métis Nation Region 3. My name is Daniel J. Perryman, local theatre and filmmaker based in Lethbridge, Alberta. This is my co-host.
Michael Bartz. I make short films and podcasts about environmental sustainability. And this is...
And I'm Lacey.
Yes, you are. Thank you so much for agreeing to spend the time and energy with us. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out.
For the folks watching, Lacey is an independent musician based in our very own Lethbridge, Alberta. And yeah, we'll learn a lot more about your journey and your creative practice in the interview and the showcase. But our first segment is always our icebreakers, just to kind of get to know you a little bit, maybe outside of your artistic practice, you know, some of your preferences and stuff. The first thing we usually do is trivia. Do you like trivia typically or not really?
No.
No?
Because I'm bad at it.
Oh, that's fair. Me too. It's like a 50-50 thing for Michael and I. But we'll indulge and see how it goes.
Let's do it.
My first piece of trivia for you, Eve, is before it became Lethbridge, what was the name of this city? Was it A, Coalbanks? Was it B, Lethnobridge? Was it C, Coaldale? Or was it D, the Windy City?
I think it was Coalbanks.
Coalbanks, you got it. Yes, mining and coal was a big thing originally, and so they named it Coalbanks.
And I know that because I walk around down by the river, and they have history all over, the historic signs.
Nice.
And I read every one of them.
Nice. Oh, that's amazing. Nicely done.
Wow, this is going off on a good start.
Yeah. I will throw it to Michael when he's ready. And we have another piece of Lethbridge-based trivia for you.
All right, Eve. So, Lethbridge is home to Canada's first A, irrigation pivot, B, most southern northwest mounted police post, C, publicly funded college, or D, slope mine.
I don't know if I know what a slope mine is. Let's go with that one, slope mine.
Slope mine? Not quite. It's actually
Darn it.
C, the first publicly funded college in 1957, which is Lethbridge Polytechnic.
Right, well, I knew it wasn't the RCMP one, so that was a process of elimination.
Well, there you go.
Still didn't get it, but
That's great. 1 for 2 is not bad at all.
I'll take it.
And yes, we've prepared trivia for each other. So why don't we go ahead and read the larger piece there. That is Michael's trivia for me. And we'll see how well I know Michael.
All right. Many of the songs I sing are from country artists, and Michael grew up on country. And although he isn't much of a singer, for his high school graduation, he performed which country song?
Ooh.
Oh, and of course I need to tell you the options.
Yeah.
You just want to guess on your own? Chattahoochee by Alan Jackson, I've Been Everywhere, Johnny Cash, 1,000 Miles by Dwight Yoakam, or Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts.
I'm gonna go with Johnny Cash because I feel like you have quite a deep voice, and I know Johnny Cash does, I think. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
Unfortunately, you have been bamboozled.
Oh no! Which one was it?
Bless the Broken Road, Rascal Flatts.
Ah, the last one. Fair enough.
Close guess. Good deductions.
Yeah. Awesome.
All
and
right.
This is my trivia for Michael. Yeah.
All right. Touring is a major part of my practice as an independent musician. Daniel has done one fringe show that toured to a handful of cities. But which city was not on the circuit? Was it Calgary, Alberta, Victoria, BC, Regina, Saskatchewan, or Winnipeg, Manitoba?
Yes, I do remember him talking about touring with the Fringe, and I feel like he didn't go to BC, so I think it's BC.
Oh, so sorry. It's Winnipeg, Manitoba.
We bamboozled each other. Nice. Awesome. That's our trivia all done and dusted.
I think you guys have converted me. I enjoyed that trivia.
Right on. Yeah, when it's like local or just people
Yes.
you know.
Yeah, I liked it.
Awesome. We will move swiftly along here to our this or that hat. We'll just pick something else and we'll all answer and see what our preferences are. There are no wrong answers. I'll let you do the honors.
Excellent. Ooh, theme park or museum?
Iconic question for this or that. Generally, I think I would say museum. I think my theme park days are close to done. The big crowds, the rides, I don't think I can handle them anymore. So yeah, I'd love to just take in a museum, ideally maybe with a group of friends, and just like, so we can discuss it afterwards, what we see and get from each thing there. But yeah, that would be my answer. How about you?
For sure, museum.
Yeah?
I love history.
You love history?
Yeah.
Clearly from reading the things in the river bottom. That's amazing. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Have you always been that way?
Yes.
Or, yeah?
Always love history. Never theme parks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, always museums.
Mm-hmm. If you had the opportunity to perform at a theme park or museum, which one would you perform at?
I would do both if I could.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey,
If they both want me, I'll do it.
totally. Nice. How about you, Michael?
Yeah, I think join you guys in the museum for similar reasons. Like kind of a quiet space, reflect, take in some art, not so much for the loud theme parks and rides that make me nauseous. So come in the museum.
Nice. Okay, let's see what else we get. Whoop. We've got this one, paper or audiobook. If you had to choose between a paper book or an audiobook, what would be your preference?
For sure, paper.
Paper?
Yeah.
Do you just love the tactile nature of it? Or?
Yeah, definitely. And also, like, I don't have to worry about charging it. I don't have to. I can just throw it in a bag. I don't have to worry about it breaking. Yeah.
Nice.
What about yourself?
Paper or audiobook? I currently read paper books, but I do feel like I need to try audiobooks. I just think I might process them better. I'm quite a slow reader, and so I think I need to try audiobooks.
What I think with when you're on the road, and say for me, when we're on the road for so long too, an audiobook could be something different to add to your life.
Yeah. And like, speaking of that, like on the road, would you listen to that like on the road between gigs or getting places, or do you just listen to music?
Oh, I don't often listen to music. I mean, I
interesting.
do, but I really like podcasts.
Yeah.
So a lot of podcasts. I like podcasts in finance. Obsessed with Dave Ramsey. But I have listened to the occasional audiobook. I just have to remember that it exists.
Right.
That's the thing. I have to like write it down. Like, do the audiobook. You have the time. Yeah.
Interesting. How about you, Michael?
Yeah, I think I'd probably generally choose a paper book for I like the tactileness. I like to just see it's easier to see where you are in the book, and if I want to go back and reference something, I find I take it in more definitely with a paper book. But yeah, we were recently on the road to Fort McMurray and listened to some audiobooks because that makes the time pass too. But generally paper book.
What was the favorite audiobook you guys listened to?
Do you remember?
Well, we listened to one, and it was about art, and it was a journalist, and she wanted to understand why people really were so obsessed with art. It's called Get the Picture, and so she just infiltrated the art scene in New York and had lots of stories about that. So, yeah.
Excellent.
I'll let you do the honors and do at least one or two more.
Oh, wine or beer?
Wine or beer? Oh, maybe it depends on the context, but generally I would go beer, and the darker the better for myself. How about you?
For sure beer. Always beer.
Yeah?
But I am playing some wineries this summer, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I will maybe dabble.
Yeah. Nice. How about you, Michael?
Yeah, I think generally wine. Nice glass of wine after dinner is lovely. I think I'm not really a huge beer fan unless it was a very specific summertime barbecue kind of thing. Then that would be cool. But generally wine, yeah.
All right, we'll do one more of these. Let's see what this one is. We've got breakfast or dinner.
Brunch.
Ugh.
Oh,
If you had to pick one.
a dinner.
Dinner?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I think I would be breakfast. Being from the UK, there's just something about that English breakfast, that I just love and sets you up for the day. But whether or not I could make it through the evening not having dinner, if that were even the context that we're talking about here. But yeah, no, I would go with breakfast. You'd go dinner. How about you, Michael?
Yeah, I think generally I would say I enjoy breakfast more. Much like even brunch.
Yeah.
Bacon, eggs, all that good stuff. And you get a breakfast for dinner.
Yes.
Because I look forward to that. If it's an event, I suppose. Dinner, you gotta have it, but go with breakfast.
I know breakfast makes me think of 7 in the morning, coffee, something light, and then brunch is we got waffles, you got pancakes, you got fruit, you got bacon. Oh my goodness gracious.
That's a very fair point. I've never thought about it that way. Because when I think of breakfast, I think of the brunch.
Okay.
I don't think of like the light thing, like first thing in the morning. So,
Oh, maybe I gotta change my answer to brunch then.
Well,
Hey,
no,
or maybe not brunch. Oh my goodness, breakfast.
breakfast. Yeah.
If we're playing that, then yeah, I love a good waffle.
Okay, nice. Awesome. We'll move on to our tumbling towers. Just to recap, we try not to take from the top three. We'll put the block on top, and yeah, you're more than welcome to poke around and try and find something loose. This is quite precarious up here on the beautiful piano, but we'll see how it goes. I'll let you do the honors and go first.
Oh no. Oh.
There you go. Nice.
18.
18, if you want to put that on top.
Okay, yes.
18, our question is, what's the last thing you learned? What's the last thing you learned?
Oh my goodness.
I know, right? I think the last thing that I learned was actually just to do with social media. I know that's a big part of your practice, but the settings, all the different settings in the social media app, and just that you have to double check those sometimes. Otherwise, it doesn't let people share the thing that you're trying to share, which was annoying. But that would be the last thing that I think I learned. Do you need a second?
I think I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went to a retreat for songwriting, music, performing in general. It was an intensive, super uncomfortable and good. But Ty Hunter from the Hunter Brothers was there, and he taught performance. And so that was one thing that I was really meaningful, to learn another level of performing and strategy. And there's actually a lot of strategy with performing. So a lot of it when you're seeing your favorite artists on a bigger stage, wherever they're at, everything is like, strategy. So if they move to the left of the stage, that wasn't in the moment, that was planned within the set. So it was very cool learning how much more is involved with performing behind the scenes before the show actually takes place.
That sounds amazing. How long was the intensive?
It was 5 days.
Okay.
Yeah, up in Vermeer in BC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That sounds incredible. Yeah. Was it like a big cohort or a small?
Yeah, it was like 12 of us, performers, singers, songwriters, and then a good handful of people teaching the workshops and running the whole thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. Oh, so cool. How about you, Michael? What was the last thing you learned?
Last thing I learned, we were talking about audiobooks, and one of the books I got for our trip to Fort McMurray, I ended up listening to afterwards. It's Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers. And it was about hockey. It's very random, and it takes some explanation, but like it's about Canadian hockey and how like the selection process works based on their age. It's the whole thing. I learned all about that, so I won't get into the super details, but something new to me, so yeah.
See, I like that stuff, the behind the scenes, right? There's so much more to it. Like even, have you guys seen on Netflix, the Dallas Cheerleaders?
No.
I wasn't gonna watch it. But anyways, the whole thing is it's so much more than you think it is.
Right.
You guys should watch it. Like, it's not just cheerleaders cheerleading.
Right.
It's insane. It is a sport. There's so many levels of it, and it will just blow your mind. So all that behind the scenes stuff.
All the things that we kind of take for granted, I guess, maybe. Yeah.
Right. You show up and you're like, not just, but like, hockey game. But then there's so much more strategy to it. You watch your artists on stage. There's so many behind the scenes. Everything is planned out, right? Or the cheerleaders, the training and the commitment. All of that is just, I find so exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. We'll see if I can get one here. This one seems pretty loose. Nice. We'll do number 2. That top is a bit wobbly, but that's okay. Number 2. What's one place you visited that you never want to return to? Oh, gosh. One place you visited that you never want to return to. I imagine traveling, touring, although I understand if you wouldn't want to say.
I hate this place.
One place you've traveled to that you never want to return to. Oh gosh. Does anything come to mind for you, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, I guess, the last time I was in a very busy airport. It was the Montreal airport. It was just like so busy. It was just there were so many people. The lines were so long. It wasn't really a great time. You feel kind of like a cattle in a feedlot or something. So I guess I would not want to return to a very large airport.
That's fair. Does anything come to mind for you?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I love going to London. And I love London, but London's not the problem. I spent a night around the airport, and I went into that community. There's no magic there. It's not your typical London. Do you know the area I'm talking about? Like, it's like, here's the airport, and then literally just around the airport. Anyways, I'm okay never to go there again. The airport, yes.
Right.
But to stay over and explore.
Right. No magic. I see what you're saying.
The magic is not there. Like downtown London, excellent. Traveling all over London, excellent.
Yeah.
Somehow near the airport, no.
Interesting.
There's no magic there. There's no pretty buildings, anyways. So I went there. We're okay never to go back.
That's super fair. Yeah. One place that I visited that I never want to go back to. I don't know that a specific place is coming to mind. So I would just, maybe a context would just be super crowded places. Just that idea of like when you feel more alone in a crowd than like by yourself. So that's all that's coming to mind right now. Right. It's just like the context of like, places where I feel like that.
Yeah, this is why we all chose museums earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. I think we've got time for about one more.
All right.
So take it away.
Oh my goodness. Oh no.
You're on fire. One of those.
Oh, no.
There you go.
37.
Nice. 37. What are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to?
Oh, well.
What's on the horizon?
I'm playing my first festival.
Yeah.
I'm super pumped.
Yeah.
Big Flat Folk Fest in East Saskatchewan in about like 11 days.
11 days?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, nice. And do you often get out to Saskatchewan then? Or?
I started to, yeah.
Nice.
I played in Saskatchewan last year, and now I'm coming back and hopefully we'll do more of it. But playing my first festival, which is super exciting and nerve-wracking. And yeah. Maybe
you can apply some of those performance strategies from the workshop you
I
just
will
did.
be, yes. I definitely will be, yeah.
Nice, that's awesome. What's something I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to my stage combat workshop. Thank you, Michael. Yes, in about a week I leave and I'll be gone for 3 weeks up in Edmonton. And it's like a 3-week intensive for stage combat. And I'm very much looking forward to that.
That's super fun.
How about you, Michael?
Yeah, I think we're approaching summertime here, and sometimes I like to get out hiking and camping. So got several like backcountry camping trips planned this summer, and I'm looking forward to getting out in nature and disconnect for like days at a time and just enjoy the mountains.
Nice.
Do you turn off your phone and you're really like?
Yeah, sometimes there's no service. There's no point.
Oh, excellent. That sounds like a good vacation.
Nice, awesome. I think that's all the time we have for this segment. So thank you so much for all the insight, getting to know you outside of your practice there.
Right. Again, great getting to know you guys more too. We have some things in common.
Totally. Awesome. This has been Tell Us Story Hives on location in Lethbridge. We're on Treaty 7 territory. My name is Daniel J. Perryman, local theatre and filmmaker based here in Lethbridge, Alberta. This is my co-host,
Michael Bartz. I make short films and podcasts about environmental sustainability. And this is...
And I'm Lacey, a singer and performer of cover music. Home base is Lethbridge.
Awesome. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Story Hives on location here in Lethbridge, Alberta. We're on Treaty 7 territory, Métis Nation Region 3. I'm Daniel J. Perryman, local theatre and filmmaker. This is my co-host,
Michael Bartz. I make short films and podcasts about environmental sustainability. And this is...
And I'm Lacey, singer and performer of cover tunes, and I'm located in Lethbridge.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed our icebreakers and just getting to know you a bit. And yeah, we'll dive into your interview here and get to know more about your creative journey.
Excellent.
I usually like to start by just asking, what was like the first kind of experience or memory that you can recall, at least, really engaging with art and creativity? How far back could we go?
Well, I started piano lessons at the age of 6, so that was all my parents doing. And then from there, it just started blossoming more into doing theater stuff at school, singing lessons, guitar, and that was all, around grade 3 is where I can remember just that, as far back as it goes, and just sort of been ingrained in my life. The whole life,
Yeah. And what does that mean to you now, like having had your parents kind of take that initiative and put you through like piano class? And what does that mean to you now, do you think?
Well, I think the biggest thing that when I talk to like other people after they've graduated high school is more so that like I stuck with it. Like everyone, right? When the second that your parents stop forcing you to practice and show up for all the festivals and the adjudications and whatever, a lot of people are like, sweet, I'm out, and I just chose to stick with it. And so I think part of it is just not only them pushing you to practice and show up and compete, etc. And then once you graduate high school and then just keep doing it, and now it just means everything to still have that creative outlet.
Nice. Awesome. And what would have come next? So in grade 3, and then you mentioned like drama a little bit, and what would have come next in your journey?
Yeah, well then when high school started, I started learning that there was other lessons. Like I know it's ironic, like being at the Royal Conservatory doing lessons. No, I take that back. Royal Conservatory at the Culture Center in Medicine Hat, and even though you saw the lessons. There's the drummers, the guitarists. There's so many layers, right, of music. But I never knew that singing lessons existed, guitar lessons existed. Then I started learning through people in high school that they were taking singing lessons. Anyways, it's not hard to explain. I'm having a hard time to explain it. Ultimately, just turned into realizing there was more that the creative world offered, and then I went and talked to my parents, and then started doing everything else, right? Singing, the guitar, the drama, musical theater. Musical theater is a big thing in Medicine Hat, so started doing musical theater, and then it just sort of kept snowballing for that.
Do you recall any sort of experiences or shows from musical theater in Medicine Hat, or not really?
I sure do.
Oh.
Musical theater is not really my thing, but it is Medicine Hat's thing. So to be a part of the community was to be a part of music theater, and things that stood out. We did the musical Legally Blonde. There was Spring Awakening. We did the more. What would it be called? Not musical, it's more like acting theater. We did, oh my goodness gracious. No! The Stay Golden Pony Boy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What theater is that? What movie is that?
I don't know.
Tom Cruise is in it. Anyways, all those things. And then there was just, a couple every year. And so they're a lot of fun, and you get to know other people and be a part of the community.
Yeah. Awesome. And I guess I'd be curious, like, do you feel as though when you think about like your artistic practice now and your music now, it's like, would you have considered that portion of your life, like that be the start of your artistic practice? Or was there a more recent sort of event or milestone that you were like, I am this kind of artist?
Yeah, there was definitely a more recent turning point.
Sure.
Around, I think it was 2022, because this is my 5th season doing what I'm doing, going around playing cover music and going to different provinces and whatnot. But it was around 2022 that I kicked it up a notch. Like up to that point, like I said, the music's been in my life my entire life since the age of 6. And then as a like young adult, I started playing friends' weddings, doing some events, right? Just a trickle here and there. But around 2022, I just was having a really like crap day, and I just was like, man, I've promised myself that I was going to like do more and be more, and I'm not pursuing it. And I'm just sort of coasting through. And so that it was a Sunday morning, and I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm going to send an email out to anywhere and everywhere that would allow me to go play music free. Like I didn't think I was at a point where I could charge. And so I sent out probably over 100 emails, and within the very next day I got a ton of emails back saying, yes, we'll have you. And then it just sort of snowballed from there. So it really was 2022 where I'm like, we got to kick things up. I was probably only doing maybe 5, less than 10 shows, and now I'm on average of 50. So we really like pumped it up.
Yeah, that's amazing. And that was just like a kind of, I guess it's not an overnight thing if you had been feeling that way for a while, that you were maybe coasting and whatnot. But yeah, like where do you think you got the courage to just do that and put out the emails and put that into the world?
Deep self-loathing.
Oh no!
Deep sadness. Just I wasn't going with my potential, or that's what it came from. Like I was just, like I was not happy with what I was doing in my life. Like I said, I made all these promises. I was like, Eve, you know what? You said you're gonna do more, and also the motive was. To that point, I would play a couple weddings a year. I'm thinking, that's all I do is a couple weddings, which is fine. But how can you be great for those weddings when you don't have other live experience? I'm like, you need to go out and get the experience. They'll make you better for these places that are paying you to play for these important events, whether that's a wedding or a dinner or anything. And I just felt like I was not meeting the standard I wanted to be at. So the intention was I need to be better for the few things that I'm playing for, and how can I do that? And it's just by going out and playing live, wherever it will have me, paid, not paid, travel around and practice for it. And from that, ironically, playing live was the best way to market myself, because I booked a paid show with every single free show that I did, and then it just snowballed. So really, it stemmed from
self-loathing is the term you used.
It stemmed from that bit of like, man, you are not staying true to what you promised yourself, and just was really down. And I'm like, you need to hike it up a bit and start. And so and I was upset. We're like having a morning of crying, sitting there with coffee, and you're like, all right, like my own little like moment, my little rocky moment of like it's time.
No, but I appreciate your honesty there, because I feel like that is a very relatable thing of like, like expectations. And I guess I'd be curious of just like, do you feel like that was entirely like expectations for yourself, of yourself? Or was there any outside expectations? Because you'd been doing music, like you said, was a part of your life pretty much the whole time. Was there any outside expectations, or was it all internal?
It would be all internal. I think there's something, and that's I think the sad part with Selden, Alberta, is the expectation is, by 22 you'll be married, you'll have kids, and the dreams are frivolous, like right? And which I have friends who live in Vancouver, that's not the dialogue there, but here, so the outside expectation would be marriage, babies, a house, white picket fence. So that's another story. But for me, musically, no one had that expectation. More so, in the start of it all, it was just more silly that I kept pursuing it. So definitely, the all internal voice of what my expectation was for myself, to take it more seriously, and how am I going to take it more seriously? What does that look like? But also, in how many years had gone by where, we all have that, right? You have your to-do list or your dreams, and you're afraid of pursuing those dreams, right? Like you're if I send out all these emails and get all these rejections, right? And ironically, with me having such probably low self-esteem or low whatever it is in my kitty, she's getting herself into
playing
trouble.
With some stuff. That's okay.
And anyways, it was ironic with me, like feeling so low, to somehow have found the energy to handle, all right, I'm going to send out all these emails and just deal with whatever rejection comes my way or whatnot, right? Like, it's interesting you be so low and be like, all right, I'm going to shoot it out there and see what happens. And it started being more positive than I thought, and it sort of snowballed from there.
Yeah. And just that idea of keeping your word to yourself, and then just that idea of momentum is something that I think I'm hearing, and that confidence maybe. And
and you're right. You're just being upset that however many years are going by, and I'm like, man, you said that you were going to like, but also you don't know what opportunities are out there until you start looking, right? I think a lot of us think, oh, they'll find me. Like they'll opportunities will knock on my door, and they have started, but they don't. Like still 95% of all the shows I book because you have to put yourself out there to show up and say, hey, this is my catalog, this is my music, this is what I got going on. Would you like me to come out and play? And then you have to deal with the whole like, no, or sure, and then hopefully follow through and put on a good show and
and to that last point there around rejection, that's always something I'm interested in for artists, because I feel like it's kind of an inevitable thing. So it's like, how did you deal with rejection then versus now, maybe?
Oh no, it's probably the same. I feel like my first year and I still don't have anything to lose, and my first year I didn't have anything to lose. It was my first time, throwing out all emails and thinking it was what it was. But today, I think I deal with rejection the same way. I cry. I will, can get super upset and then try to understand it. And then luckily, within a couple hours, you're like, okay, we're okay now. Like that email, that no, or whatever that no is about. So no, I still get quite upset. Or I started the season, I'll send out start my season, I'm still sending out at least 100 emails to new venues, current venues. And I might get a venue to say like, hey, it's just not the vibe for us, and or maybe it's a place I really wanted to play. And I'm like, then I'll have a moment of like, this is it. They just said no. Everywhere else is going to say no. I spiral a little bit, honestly, to be straight up with you. There's a moment of like spiraling where you're like, this is it. I played my last show. Last season was the only time I'm ever going to play. No one's hiring me again. And then within hours, you book a different show and you're like, why do I like this?
Right.
Why do I have to be like that? So that's what happens. How do you deal with rejection?
No, rejection? I mean, as an actor, like that's super fair. As an actor, it's... I guess, just that confidence that like, there's other factors maybe going on, like you said, for the show, like maybe it's just not the vibe, that they're looking for at that time, or it's just not the right show for me to be a part of, or they've got other things going on, and trying to take it less personally, I guess. But it is hard, and there's definitely been gigs that I really wanted, but you don't get it, and so it sounds like, just that... mourning period of just grieving it, and then something else comes along because you're doing the work of putting yourself out there.
And I think for me anyways, it definitely depends on what part of the year it is, right? Like right now we're in the middle of the season. I have like 40 some shows booked. We're playing the shows. I'm getting great feedback, so I'm feeling super confident. We're having a great time, and confidence based off of facts too, right? That I'm getting rebooked at the shows, fans are driving to the shows, so I'm feeling really good. But in the winter, when there's a lull and there's a no, then I'm like, oh my goodness. So right now, if someone says, hey, it's not gonna work out for us, I'm like, hey, it's okay. We're having a good time. I got other shows. We're great. But during the winter, when everything's just lower, and which is intentional as well. I don't really want to be driving my little Honda Civic on the highway for a couple hours in the snow. But once you start getting those no's and things are not in momentum, then it feels a little heavier. So it just depends on So there are ebbs and flows, I guess, within what I'm doing, what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to come back, maybe before 2022, it's also that's kind of maybe the start of your more recent like artistic practice and where you feel that's really started to kick off. But you did go to the Royal Conservatory of Music. What can you tell me about that experience? What did you get from that?
I guess a lot. Well, for the majority, for what I was doing with like vocal lessons and guitar is classical. But with that, because there's such a structure and such a I think for me, it just helped really, the pros and cons. But the pros it really helps refine you with how to to rehearse, and then you're getting adjudicated, and there's a lot more pressure. Like there's just another level of a process with it, and more structure, more I don't know what I'm trying to say.
More structure.
More structure. Yeah, it's just another level of what is expected of you within the levels that you're training at. For like I said, with vocal, we did back then classical. Like the songs were in like German and French and Italian, which is fun. It's different, right? And the same for guitar and I think and that's helped develop me with what I'm doing now, is that I have that base and that foundation of how to rehearse and the different techniques. Like there's such a there's a whole high level of technique with it. So it's just and then I guess some of the cons really is just I'm so now technique based, and so I'm not good at improv. I'm not good at jamming. A jam session, oh my goodness. But if you give me the music and I can follow it and I can practice and rehearse, great. So I'm not great for jamming, but also good at practicing and rehearsing and having, I don't know.
A set, yeah. Nice. Okay, nice. So coming back into 2022 essentially, and really stepping into your practice as an independent artist, what was that like? Tell me about that process.
The process of just independently just
going for it.
Giving it?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like at the start, I was intentional with not talking to anyone about it. I think for me, for sure, I can be more fragile with opinions. And I think a lot of times when you're following a dream or you're following something that maybe the majority of society does not understand, there could be a lot more negativity with it, right? Like,
kitty cat.
Sorry, she's getting into shenanigans again.
Yeah, she is.
Chloe.
So cute.
We'll put you in your room. And so anyways, that first year, I've just been able to do it how I think it needs to be done. Like, for example, I made the decision very quickly on and without asking for advice, because like I said, I can be pretty fragile with advice that I'm getting, right? Like I have a little more confidence today to get advice and then sort of take it in and go, how do I want to take this? Like, for example, we were talking about shows earlier. So I'm someone who I decided a long time ago that I really like connection. I really am doing this for the venue, for the people. I want to meet the people. I don't want to just come in, play, and leave. Granted, my first year I was so shy that like I would get there and I'd play. I wouldn't even say my name. I wouldn't talk. I was so terrified. So I'd play and I would leave. And now with the confidence, I've been able to show up how I want to show up, which is I come in, I want to meet people, I go table to table, shake hands, and I want to be involved with the people who come and see me. Whether they're there, 99% of the time, they're not there to see me. They're there for food, they're there for the live music in general.
Yeah.
And I want to be there for them and create that community. Yeah. Anyways, I think I did not answer your question properly.
No, you did. Yeah. Kind of stepping into your career as an independent artist, and what I'm hearing is just that idea of like showing up as you want to.
Yes.
And thank you for sharing that context of, in the first year maybe or so, you're just so shy that you maybe weren't able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, I guess independently, to maybe put it into better words, is I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it how I want to do it, and there's pros and cons to that. But I'm playing the music that I want. I'm showing up on social media how I want, and I'm not letting anyone else tell me what's correct and what's not correct. Because really, that's so subjective, right? Like, so I can be true to myself and be how I want to show up, which like I'm a little more goofy. I'm a little more like just I want to have a good time. And I want the music and the show to like resemble that. And there's some people who don't want that. But then the plus side is, well, I'm doing this for me. So so I think it can create more fun. But there is another, not maybe loneliness, but there is an element of not getting to know all the things from like being solo. Like I'm learning this year that there's there's grants that musicians can obtain, that there's other opportunities and whatnot that can come your way. But so being independent, like I said, there's pros and cons. But ultimately, the biggest pro is though I can show up how I want to show up for what I'm booking.
Totally. And yeah, I'd be super curious because I think there's so much value in that. And so just that idea of, do you remember like the first time you felt like you really showed up how you wanted to, and like maybe like an audience reaction to that, or before we were rolling, you were sharing just like just the ways that you kind of connect with people.
Yeah. Actually, I have one of like the best shows that like will probably just go down in the memory box forever. I was showing up to a venue in Brooks called Iron Hat. It was my first time there, and this is just an example where, I mean, we all get stuck with either stereotyping or something. This was just a good message where I'm like, don't do that. You just don't know. So I show up, and there's a baseball team there, so a bunch of dudes. I'm thinking, oh gosh, like, they're not gonna like the music. Like it's a bunch of, we're talking like Jewel, and there was music that like a dude would like, but I was very uncomfortable. I got up there and I did the whole uncomfortable like, hope you guys like it. And anyways, super awkward. But then as I started playing, I looked up and I noticed like this whole team was, arms around each other, singing along to like Traveling Soldier, singing along to Little Princess. And anyways, and then I started getting more comfortable with them, and then on my break, started going around, and these guys were like, do you play Jewel? And I'm like, oh my goodness, I do. But in my head, I had to skip past her because I was like, I don't know if this is the group. I don't know if this is the vibe, right? So I wasn't showing up like myself, right? And then got more comfortable with them asking like, hey, you're going to go away after the break. And so anyways, the point being is, once I started getting more comfortable and I started realizing that like the music I was playing was so their vibe. So now they're dancing, they're calling their wives, you gotta come here, you gotta come for this show. And I ended up playing 2 hours longer because more people started showing up. They started calling their friends, they started calling their wives, the wives started calling their friends. And I didn't even realize the music I was playing could create the party that was happening. Like I said, people are dancing, people are singing along, people are now doing requests, and I don't do a lot of requests, but I'm pulling up these songs and we are just having the time of our lives. And then that's where I realized with that second half that me being myself was important, because like I said, I showed up being like, who do they want me to be? And I started realizing they actually wanted me to be me without telling me they wanted me to be me. And it was like the best night ever. I got done, I called my parents, and I was like, oh my gosh, you'll never guess. Like, played 2 extra hours, dancing, singing, people are about to leave, they're coming back in to be like, no, we gotta savor this next song. And it just was, so anyways, so showing up as myself 99% of the time is the winner.
Is the work as independent artist. That's amazing. And that sounds like such a wonderful experience.
Oh, it's so cool. I was on high for weeks after that, being like, I cannot believe that happened.
You could take any rejection at any point during that time.
Right. No, the confidence is thriving. It's okay. You don't want me, they want me. I got to go back. And now they actually come around and they do travel now to watch some shows, and they can't wait for me to go back to Brooks and play. And anyway, it's just, that was the start of it, being like, hey, don't stereotype who's in the crowd. They might really dig what I'm playing. And I've had like scary looking biker guys come up with all their rings and stuff and be like, hey, love the Jewel. And you're like, shit, I can't say that. Darn it.
Okay, it's all good.
I was practicing not swearing, but they come up and you're thinking like, man, you just really don't know what kind of music people like. And so now I play my set and it works.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful sentiment. And when would that have been, since like the 2022? Where in the journey would that have been, do you think, that experience?
I believe it was in the middle, between then and now, in the middle of it all, while I was really trying to get more comfortable with myself, and that really helped me take it up another notch even after that. So every winter I sit down and just look how I can change everything in a positive way, right? Take the feedback from the entire year and recycle it and see what is going to happen this season. So in the middle of it all, so about 2 years ago now.
Nice. Yeah. And you're on season 5, I believe, of your tour.
Yeah.
And so, tell me a little bit about your tour. As for some context, you used to call it the Western Canada Tour, I believe.
I used to. I still call it touring Western Canada. But this year I just subtitled it Worth the Drive. And last year I called it sort of like a tour.
Okay, nice.
I didn't have the confidence to call it that, but I've had other people really say like, you are like touring everywhere, and I do clock in over a little over 10,000 kilometers a season, which is a lot of fun. But this year it's called Worth the Drive. And because I do find that the venues I'm going to are worth the drive, the people that I'm meeting at these venues are worth the drive, and I'm learning now that I'm also worth the drive for the music that you're coming to see, and we're gonna have a good time. You're gonna like the music that I'm playing. It's all like fan favorite, well-loved cover tunes of a massive genres: country, alternative rock, pop, folk, like really like you just Spotify playlist. You're like next, and the next song is gonna be something that you dig.
Nice. And with that retitling of the tour, and maybe it sounds like considering it like a tour because you are touring.
Yeah.
I guess I'd just be curious about like that feeling of being worth the drive and just having people come out to your shows. What does that mean to you? Because I feel like that's quite a unique experience. So what does that mean to you now?
Well, I think it's trying to see it as like a confidence boost too. Just even for just in like life in general, right? Being worth the drive, right? That's something to be said. Even the venues, like they're worth the 2-hour drive. They like there's some of these places that truly are worth seeing. Like even the fans, like I have fans now, and they are worth the drive. They make it worthwhile. They really do. They take it to another level of like from just like going and doing a job to like I'm gonna see some fans. I'm gonna see some friends because we're friends now. I am that kind of person. You want to hang out? Yes, hang out. Let's hang out at the show. And now it takes it to another level of being like this is worth it. Like this has become so cool. Like I never imagined this was going to happen today compared to 4 years ago. Like that was not the intention. I was just trying to get better for the stuff that I was playing for, and inadvertently I started putting my name out there and people started booking me for other things, and I've just adjusted and evolved to be someone who can show up for these shows at these places that I never thought. Like I never would have been like 4 years ago be like I'm gonna rock a festival. No. Right? And like or going up to Calgary and playing in Calgary, like that was never on the bucket list. So it's just so cool to see what all the work has turned into.
Very interesting.
Very worth the drive.
Yeah. And I mean, just that also that idea of you travel quite a bit. So I'm curious, like, but you're based here in Lethbridge. Yeah. So I'm always just curious, what does it mean to you to be based here? Like the pros and cons of being based here, even though you do get to travel. Yeah. And it's just like, So the pros, maybe we wouldn't even talk about the cons. But the pros are, like, this is such a good central spot. So I keep my overhead as low as possible. Because or else I would be the title of a starving artist. So if I keep my overhead low, so I have to make sure that I'm playing in places that I can drive home that night. So I have a 3.5 hour max radius. So I will go up, play, and come home. So no hotels. My overhead is mainly fuel. And so Lethbridge is perfect. Easy. Fernie, Canmore, Medicine Hat. That's all within, Canmore's the furthest at 3.5 hours, but Fernie and Medicine Hat are both 2.5 hours, and then everywhere in between. So it's perfect for using it as a home base. So I can do so much more. I'm born and raised Medicine Hat, but I can play so many more gigs being in Lethbridge than I could be in Medicine Hat. Could still do it, but the idea of driving 5.5 hours, sounds horrible. You need a lot more podcasts.
Yes, I just need a lot more going on. But yeah, Lethbridge is honestly a perfect home base for traveling all over the place and coming back. Yeah.
That's amazing. And then also just that idea of, you know, creating a community, it sounds like,
Yeah.
around you and your music and your vibe. And I think we've talked quite a bit about what maybe that relationship means to you. So I'll move on to just like one of the questions I like to ask, and I know you have an interest in finance, but you don't have to go there. But just like, what's maybe a non-arts related skill that you've either had to develop out of necessity or have wanted to develop? What comes to mind as far as that?
It's the behind the scenes business aspect of it. That's something I've had to develop. It's not something that came naturally. Luckily, I have a whole family in other entrepreneurs. It's construction based, real estate based, etc. But being able to at least watch what they're doing it and then applying it to what I'm doing it's paramount. So the whole business behind the scenes, and that's what a lot of us don't want to do. Like, we do want to just show up and play the show, but for me, it's been important. If I want to grow, I've learned that the business aspect is important. So how to increase revenue, how to increase reach, how can I get my name more out there? Now that I have gained confidence from all this, so now I'm less scared to put my name out even more and say my name even more and reach out to more people and have that confidence to be like, you know what, I might not be a good fit for, or not, well, I am a good fit, but like I might not be, like in my head I might not think that I'm on their level yet, but you know what, let's shoot them a message anyways and let's introduce myself, let's plant that seed. So business, that's taken some time, but I've needed the confidence to grow with it. And of course with business, finance is a part of it, which is of course keeping my overhead low so that, and like I said, I just learned about grants recently, so I'm not funded by anyone. I am 100% funded by my music. So everything from the first, second, third year, I keep track of everything and I roll it into the next year, and then that's how all my projects are created. So I do live music videos, and I can only do the photo shoots, the live music videos, based off of the income from the previous years. So everything is managed, but I've had to practice that.
Totally.
And work with that and try to find ways to be better at it.
Yeah. And we are kind of getting towards the end of our time here, but there is something in there that I did want to touch base with you on, and it's just that idea of like boundaries. Because I think a lot of artists can struggle with that, and just, you know, the way that you articulate that of like, you know, my budget basically for the year is based on the numbers from last year, and just trying to adhere to that as much as possible, and just like, I guess, how do you navigate that? How do you set that for yourself?
Regarding boundaries?
Yeah.
Or business and boundaries? Or
Business and boundaries.
Yeah,
I feel like it would be very easy to just like go over on like how much you're spending on gas or is that a part of it?
Yeah, no, you're spot on. I have to be very cognizant of what I'm doing. Like, so I do work full time while I pursue this dream or this. And I think I'm not really. I'm living it. Like I'm pursuing, but also living a sweet dream of performing music. But I do not use the money I make from work is not using this, or else I would be crazy. I'd be like, oh my god, look at all my guitars, right? So it has to be based on. The music has to be within the music, and I've learned that having boundaries in all aspects, whether that's at work, personal life to music, the more people know, it's just the more that they can twist. This is more the negative. There's positive, but like I said, I think a lot of times when I'm doing this, I'm more fragile is definitely a strong word with it, but I might be more influenced. That's the word. I could be more influenced by negativity. So I don't want, like, there's a lot of people who find out I work full time on top of this, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, you must be tired. Why are you doing this? You got to take a break. And it's like, I don't need that. I'm going to show up tired, not tired. And so the less people know about all aspects of my life, the better, because it's about the music, right? So if I want to play a show, you don't need to know anything else. We're here for the music. We're here for the show. We're here for a good time. And we don't need to have any unneeded opinions, because like I said, I will be influenced, or I will sit in my head for a bit and go, shucks, I got told this or that about this or that, and it might bring me down. But I just learned over the last couple of years that, one, having the personal boundaries has been really important And also having those financial boundaries between like my personal life work and music, like that's helped me take this even to another level of being serious about it. Right? Because then it's like, well, I can only do that music video if I made this much. So now I need to make sure I'm managing everything proper and pursuing things proper too, and pursuing things in a way that's smart, and maybe saying no to that show because it no longer aligns with my why. I'll end off on that, was having a really strong why in what you're doing is going to help you understand like why you're taking that show or you're going to that city. There's got to be a why involved, and also that why helps you during those down times, right?
Yeah, I think that's as beautiful a sentiment as any to end off on. So thank you so much for that insight and your insight into your creative practice. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. That is all the time we have for this segment. This has been Tell Us Story Hives on location here in Lethbridge, Alberta. My name is Daniel J. Perryman, local theatre and filmmaker. This is my co-host,
Michael Bartz. I make short films and podcasts about environmental sustainability. And this is...
And I'm Lacey, a singer and performer of your favorite cover tunes.
Awesome. And we'll be right back.
Welcome to Tell a Story Hive on location here in Lethbridge, Alberta. I'm Michael Bartz. I make short films and podcasts about environmental sustainability. And this is my co-host,
Daniel J. Perryman, local theatre and filmmaker based in Lethbridge, Alberta. And this is...
And I'm Lacey, singer and performer of your favorite cover tunes.
Yeah, so Eve, I really enjoyed your segment with Daniel and learning about your artistic journey and all the things you're up to. And I like that you drive a Honda Civic. I also drive a Honda Civic.
Oh, wicked. Yes. I love Honda Civic.
Show you a photo later about that. And touring and all that stuff. Yeah, but I think this is what we call like the showcase, and we want to like showcase your work. And yeah, going through your website, I noticed you have some music videos, and I thought that'd be a really great way to kind of like showcase what you're doing, and it looks really great. And I'd love to hear the stories behind these music videos.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So the first one we have is Hallelujah is the music video by Leonard Cohen. Yeah, and this is at the Lost Things Distillery.
Yes.
Tell me about when you were performing there.
Well, so Lost Things Distillery was so great. They rock shows where you actually do ticket sales, and then I asked with the show if everyone who came would be cool if we recorded and filmed it, which everyone said yes. And ultimately, with the music videos, so I have not gone into a recording studio. I've not recorded anything. Singing, none of that's on Spotify, etc. But I wanted to showcase what I can provide people by doing these live music videos, and so it's truly what you would experience in person at a show. And I wanted to give no surprises, right? You're not going to hear a recording come live and go, oh no. You're going to go, that's exactly what it was, that's exactly what she was in person, and get a really good vibe. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really brings out definitely the vibe, the feeling of the event. I love the imagery of some like the suitcases and the old telephone. And
yeah, they have a sweet venue. Yeah,
it looked really great, and yeah, it gets a sense of you as a performer. And yeah, what was that like to have someone recording that performance for a music video?
Yeah, it was my first time doing that to that kind of level. So it was a little bit nerve-wracking because it was during a show. It was sort of like just being at home. Not at home exactly, but just like it's a comfort level. So instead of having it more structured, it was just, a live show, and you're filming me really singing to real live people who bought a ticket to come to the show. So that was more comfort-based.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, it makes me definitely wish I was there for sure.
Oh, it would have been a good time.
Right? Yeah. Another question I was going to ask about with that one. That's Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. What do you like about Leonard Cohen's music?
Oh, well, Hallelujah, I love it. It's just one of my favorites. There's just so much emotion, and it's such a well-loved song, and I can do my own take on it. So it just feels like something to me. Like it just feels such a powerful song. And yeah, so it's one of my favorites to play. Mm-hmm, and it's also a crowd favorite as well. So I do actually have people, because I don't play it at all the shows because it is such a slower, like it changes the mood, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. But I will have like fans who've heard it before request it, and so it's just a well-loved fave of mine.
Mm-hmm, absolutely, yeah. You can really come through in that video of just that emotion and tenderness and the whole thing around that song. So another one which I believe it looks like it's at the same event, if I'm correct, is Folsom Prison Blues by Johnny Cash. Yeah, and this one definitely you can tell in this music video it's like definitely more upbeat, more fun. Yes. Yeah, tell me about performing that song at this concert.
It is one of my favorites to play. Yeah. Like a number one top favorite. I love it so much. I have a lot of fun with it. We get right into it. And I've made it even better over the years because these videos were filmed just a year and a half, a winter ago. And yeah, so now it makes me feel like so live when I'm playing it. Like it's such a fun song.
Mm-hmm, probably toe tapper, boot stomping kind of. Yeah, like that Folsom Prison Blues. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and where exactly is the Lost Things Distillery?
Lost Things Distillery is in Pincher Creek.
Okay.
And they're a gin distillery, and they make fantastic gin, and they have the most coolest kind of venue. Like I said, it's the whole premise is about. I think the premise is the nostalgia of with the lost things. It's sort of a mix and match kind of venue with old and new, and it's just a really cool spot in Pincher Creek.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I love how that comes through in the video. It's a very beautiful place.
It is.
Another one that we have. We'll go to the Traveling Soldier, and this one's obviously outside. I assume this is in Lethbridge. It looks like
Lethbridge.
Yes,
that's in Lethbridge.
Yeah, tell me about filming Traveling Soldier.
Well, heck, do I have a story for you?
Great.
That was a learning lesson. This was filmed with Brad Bogdan, and he was like, I have the perfect place for this. It's going to be outside. It's a little jaunt. It'll be great. And I'm thinking, all right. So I'm done up. I'm in a dress. I have my wagon, and we're going to go film. And little did we all know, it took us almost an hour to trek down into the coulee. And I can't remember where the coulee is, but it's on west side Lethbridge. And we filmed a thunderstorm started rolling in. We started coming out of the coulee. It's now dark. Lightning is going off. It's now raining on us. And also to point out with the filming, my makeup was running off. I was not built for going down the coulee carrying all my gear. But I don't think the video shows that. I think the video looks pretty darn good considering the trekking into it. And then, but it's a gorgeous spot. We literally just walked around, found a tree that had fallen over, and just wanted Traveling Soldier to be more with the beauty of nature. Because I think the song sort of, it gives that, you know, like it's just a beautiful, beautiful song. And yeah, but it was quite the adventure. That filming absolutely was a nightmare and a joyous time all rolled into one. Thanks to Brad. But now I've learned to say, how far are we going? Because he is a fitness buff. He absolutely loves fitness, hiking. That is his thing. And sometimes he forgets some of us are not like that. But it will go down as a music video to be remembered forever, especially at the end. Oh, and then we had coyotes also following us up. It was quite the time.
Yeah.
But it was worth it.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I can tell you that none of that comes through in the video in a good way.
Excellent.
Could not tell any of that drama happen. But
oh, it was quite something. We will remember it forever. Like that was a time. Yeah.
Yeah, and I, like that, the first two we showed were like you at a live event performing for people.
Yes.
And it sounds like this one was more of like a traditional music video that was maybe staged.
Yes.
Yeah, how did that change for you performing that song just for the camera?
It's because I feel like I grab the energy from the people in the room, so you sort of have to create that energy yourself. And I had to think more about performing to the camera and actually being more like we're the one in the actual venue with an actual crowd. You're playing off of what they're doing, and it's a little more relaxed in a way. Well, this one was more like strategic and preparing and memorizing and trying to create the vibe like there were people there.
Yeah, maybe do a few takes and stuff.
Yeah, we did definitely a few takes.
Yeah. It doesn't help with all the going on with the weather and the coyotes and all that.
Luckily, I think we got what we got before the storm came in. But we sat down. We had this beautiful. The sun was coming in. Oh, it's gorgeous. And then we were like, oh, what is that? Oh no, there's a storm coming. And we were like, we got to get this done. Yeah, well, that's a great video, and that is by the Chicks or Dixie Chicks. Yeah.
What do you like about their music?
They always seem to have more depth in their songs, right? They're powerful storytellers, and I love music with even going back, Johnny Cash, Rifles and Prison Blues, right? He used to play at the prisons, right? The Dixie Chicks, they got banned, I think, from the majority of stuff back then because they talked about real stuff. They sing about real stuff, and I love singers, writers, performers who are not about the fluff, and they're really willing to risk it for an actual, to share their words, share their voice, and have strength with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's great. We have one more video to share. It looks like it's in the same place. I don't know if it's the same day, but Mama's Broken Heart.
Yeah.
Tell me about filming this one.
This is my most favorite video ever. Okay. This one is performed on the legendary train bridge in Lethbridge. We did do that on a different day. We did plan it on the same day and realized after taking an hour and a half to trek out, it was not going to happen. But Mama's Broken Heart. I wanted to risk it for the shot because I thought it was so beautiful. I climbed up there on one of the beams, and then Brad handed me my guitar. I found my little resting place on one of the beams. We sat there for literally a couple hours to go over multiple takes. Then he brought out his drone, and we have some really, really, really cool shots with the drone, and it wasn't windy, which is a shocker for Lethbridge. So we were blessed with the best weather, the best sun set right behind me, no wind. I did not fall off the beam. That was a concern. Brad he was, well, how's this going to work? I'm like, don't worry, I will slowly crawl up. And that is just one of my most favorite videos. And I think the whole scene, the whole location works so great for that kind of song, because that song has a little more grit. And yeah, you got this really sick view and vantage point of the train bridge and the coulee and the sun setting behind me, and I just think it's so cool.
No, it's a very beautiful video, and yeah, those visuals are awesome, and yeah, I guess maybe people don't even realize maybe like how high up some of those things are. So yeah, it's good for you for climbing up there, and
just do it for the take.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right, yeah. And I just love that from the beam, and when you look behind me, you just see all the beams going down the train bridge, and I'm like, I want that. I just think that's so cool.
Yeah, I love that you tie that into the song, and also just it seems like that also ties you into Lethbridge as well in the community, and people from here could probably hopefully instantly tell that was filmed in Lethbridge.
Yeah, I hope so. I've definitely had a good many tell me that. So with the videos, I want to try and create something memorable and hopefully a little more exciting, and do it in locations that maybe you haven't seen before. And like I said, it's more than just sitting down and playing the song, but trying to correlate what does this cover song deserve for the video.
Absolutely, yeah. And that was a Miranda Lambert song.
Yeah.
What do you like about her music?
Oh, she's got attitude.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of songs that are a little more fierce, a little more attitude, and she also sings many songs that are not necessarily on the radio, but they also have the powerful storytelling, and her songs also say the truth of like what's going on in society, what's going on in the world, and she's just got a little bit more. Yeah, there's just more depth with her too.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, it's great. I really enjoyed the music videos and seeing them. I think we can end off on, also you have your website, which looks really great.
Thank you.
And that's where I did find the music videos. I guess we could talk about, we didn't maybe touch on it, but we're seeing these hats behind us, about like merchandise. So yeah, we talked about in Daniel's segment, like about the business side and those kind of things. And yeah, selling merchandise. Tell me about when that started.
This is the first season for that. It is my most nerve-wracking venture. Like I was saying before, overhead up to this point has been fuel. And now I've gotten the revenue over the last couple of years to invest in a really cool website. And there was demand last year from strangers to do merchandise. So I took the feedback I got from all the shows last year and am running with it. But it is a little nerve-wracking to be like, I hope people like it. I hope people will buy it. I hope people will wear it. I wanted to do something a little higher quality, and something that's just that's more thought about too. Like a lot of people, and I get it, will do the cheapest thing and just hope that you low cost and high revenue. But I want to give people something that's a little more quality, just like the music videos, just like the website. I want to put that money in and have it be worthwhile of having that quality. So there is demand, and we're gonna see if that demand was real. But I think it's pretty cool. I think it's cool now to have the hats and the shirts with my name on it, and I think it's pretty cute. And I got magnets. I'm not too sure if you can see it in the camera at all, but there's magnets, up top, and stickers, and so business-wise, I'll let you know next year how that rolls. The website is just something just from the facts of the last couple of years, the trajectory is showing that it's time for a website. It's time for merchandise. So it's very cool to, over the let's take last year just in general and take what I learned from the year and realize there's other levels, and now it's time to level up and hopefully show up how I want to show up, which is higher quality and a good time, and something that I think that'll be worthwhile for people to look at, buy, check out, and come to a show.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely comes through. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably all we need to cover for the showcase. So yeah, thanks so much for showcasing your work and just chatting with us. It's been a great conversation.
Thank you so much for having me and coming to my home and hanging out and letting me get to talk about the projects, and it's just been a cool time, and I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Good, I'm glad, yeah. All right, this has been Tell a Story Hive on location here in Lethbridge. I'm Michael Bartz. I make short films and podcasts about environmental sustainability. And this is my co-host,
Daniel J. Perryman, local theatre and filmmaker based in Lethbridge, Alberta here. And this is...
And I'm Eve Lacey, a performer of your favorite cover tunes. I can't wait to meet you at a future show.
Thanks so much for watching.